Good afternoon. It's the Jeremy Vine Show on BBC Radio 2. I'm Paddy O'Connell standing in, and before 2 we will ask your memories of Jeremy Thorpe and that trial, that political trial of the century. We'll talk about that in half an hour. But now we'll turn to an extraordinary story of culture, and there's a great passionate argument about it as well. One of the Elgin marbles has left Britain for the first time in around 200 years. It's in fact now in St. Petersburg. It's been taken there in a secret deal with a museum in the Russian city. The headless statue of the Greek river god Ilissos will be unveiled in the Hermitage Museum this afternoon. The loan is part of that museum's 250th anniversary celebrations. The marbles were once part of the Parthenon Temple in Athens, and of course their ownership is completely disputed by Greece. But what else do we know about sculptures that Lord Elgin removed from Greece early in the 19th century? Have you been to the British Museum to see them? What did they do to you? Did you go weak at the knees? Are they all cracked up to be? Call on 0500 288 291. Ping us an email. We'll hear from a Greek living in Britain who says, for goodness sake, give them back. After we meet Ian Jenkins, is the man from the British Museum who looks after them. Hello, Ian.
Hello there.
Are you completely in love with them?
Completely.
In what way? Tell us how many they are.
Well, there is surviving from the Parthenon about 60% of the total sculpture that decorated the building when it was first finished. And in the British Museum there is about half of what survives, and in the Acropolis Museum in Athens there is the other half.
And this is life before the birth of Christ. We're going back to thousands of years ago.
Well, we're going back to 500 years before the birth of Christ, when Pericles and Socrates walked the earth, and when the modern idea of the human being, the identity of an individual character with a unique soul, was first forged among those who thought about the way that we live and who we are in the 5th century BC.
Now, although we call them the marbles, they are statues, and they were on one end of the temple, the Parthenon Temple. Who is the river god Ilissos that's gone off to Russia? Who is he?
He's a marble reclining figure. He lies down conveniently because he fits into the corner of the triangle formed by the pitch of the roof, and there are one of those at each end of the building, a pediment as we would say. And he is a miracle of realism in stone carving. He is cold marble turned into warm flesh and flowing drapery, and then